How's it going, folks? And welcome back. It's episode number 86 of Park 2 Primera today. It's a pretty big one. We have a cup final in the Copa del Rey and then a Champions League semi-final. Yes, 3 matches coming your way today. Since you were last here, we've not played a single match, so there is no messing around today. We are going to get straight into the meat and potatoes of things. And in the Copa del Rey, away from home, Real Madrid await us. Yeah. So in terms of team selection for this game, I'm going in full strength. I want to make sure that we can get a win here. I want to retain the Copa del Rey. Last year, we narrowly missed out on the treble. The treble is still very much on at the moment, although as things stand, the league isn't secure by any means with 5 games left. The Copa del Rey, obviously, we're going to find out today. And the Champions League, there's still a little bit more to be done. But this is the start of a treble. If we want to see it happen, we have to do stuff here. Of course, we met Real Madrid in the Super Copa final, so I'm looking to make amends. And in terms of the team that's going to make amends, this is the team we're going to go with. It is just the standard full-strength 11. Ramadani in goal, doing Ramadani things, I hope. Thomas Estevez out at right-back. At centre-back, we've got Gvardiol, who, of course, last year had an incredible season. This year, very, very similarly good season. I think it's £62 million. He has justified his price tag. Elsewhere, we've got Petrozuelo, who, of course, we picked up, if we look here, for $53 million. He himself has also looked pretty good this year, a 7.19 average rating for him. Perez is at left-back, Capanu and Tonali in the midfield. Worth noting that Tonali today, he's a little bit tired. We have rested him going into this game. I'm hoping he's going to be fine. Hopefully, he's going to be fully rested. I suppose we will wait and see on that one. Elsewhere in the team, out on the left, we've got Conceição. Through the middle, we've got Hannibal. Porro at right-back. Has just consistently turned up with really big goals so far this season. So I'm hoping he's going to keep that run going for us today. And last but not least, it's Siapina leading the line up front, hoping that this man's going to rekindle his form. He's not scored in his last 5. I feel like we should just have a little criticism. Look, he's going to score now. That's how Football Manager works. In terms of the Real Madrid team, they're going in full strength as well. Mepham and Kanate in the middle. Very familiar with those 2 players. De Jong and Valverde in midfield. Jugon also there. Kulusevski, Christian Pulisic, and of course, Jasinkveld. I feel like at this point, if I see Jugon and Jasinkveld, I know it's their best 11. They're just 2 of those nutty regens that show up in every save game and just look way, way too good. Hopefully, we're going to be able to shut them down today, although it's going to be a pretty tall order. And after our last couple of games against Real Madrid, I'd be lying if I was to say I was confident. We've played them twice already this season in episodes. We've lost to them twice. We have beaten them once as well, to be fair. But maybe today's the day we can get another win when it really matters in this Copa del Rey final. Also, I've just noticed the lighting's very moody today. I don't know if I like it. There's lots of shadows, and I feel like I'm on a game show. I feel like it's a high-pressure environment, and the lighting reflects that. And I'll tell you who likes high pressure. That man we've already bigged up today. Gvardiol. Goal number 6 of the season for the centre-back. The £62 million man. Conceição with the assist against his former club. Getting it into that near post. Headed across goal. Really nice header. No one at the back post for Real. And we take the lead. Okay, Pulisic free kick that we need to be wary of. He's dinked it forward. Kulusevski scores it. I mean, 2 set-piece goals. 1 for each team. That was all very, very simple, wasn't it? I think there were a few players there for Real Madrid who were offside, but Kulusevski was not one of them. He timed his run well at the back post. And, I mean, Ramadani's the best goalkeeper in the world, and he's done that. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Okay, half an hour gone. Thomas Estevez to Pedro Porro. Capanu with it. We took an early lead. They fought back. Can we now show a little bit more fight with us? Well, not with Capanu giving the ball away there. That is pretty disastrous. He's tried to hack down Pulisic unsuccessfully. Gvardiol. Oh, my word. What has just happened? That was a series of weird events. It's not in the back of the net. It's fine. Remain calm, everyone. And, well, we can't remain calm for too long because there's another highlight. Petrozuelo going over to Pedro Porro. Thomas Estevez on the overlap here has a lot of space if he needs it. To be in support, and while he picks up the ball, gives it to Hannibal, back to Pedro Porro, dinks it in, Capanu's efforts blocked, falls to Hannibal though, we reinstate our lead. This is an end-to-end game, this is entertainment, and I would not want to call this game, but we have just got into the lead. Maybe an element of fortune here about how the ball found its way to Thomas Estevez, and how it eventually found its way to Hannibal, but a good crafted opportunity. Hannibal, alive to the threat, finds the back of the net, makes it 2-1. Corner now for Real Madrid. Right as I was about to do a shout, they get one, and they've scored another set piece. It's Jugon with the goal. Pulisic with the assist. And I thought we were the set-piece merchants. That's meant to be our job. And instead, Real Madrid are using it against us. You go on, free header, finds the back of the net. Real Madrid in kind of the balance of play probably deserve to be ahead, but the fact they've scored 2 set pieces, that is a little disappointing, to say the very least, to concede the set pieces. Anyway, Kanate forward to Pulisic here. Can we win the ball back in this wide area? Pulisic has been causing us some issues out wide. Thomas Estevez needs to do some defending. Doesn't. Ramadani, though, collects the ball nicely. And with 90 seconds left of the first half, I feel like at this point, I'd quite happily just take 2-2 at the break. I feel like that would be quite flattering, really. Maybe I can change some stuff at half-time. I'm already looking at the wing-backs and the way we're getting doubled up on, thinking that could be a trouble. Also, that was an insane tackle. I think, was that Gvardiol with the tackle? Of course it was. Back post, though. Pulisic. Oh, my word. It's a final for the neutral. You can't accuse either team of making it boring. It's 3-2. Oh, we're going to have words at half-time. Gvardiol's initial tackle there, by the way, was really, really good, but it wasn't enough. And the ball finds its way to the back post. Pulisic free header into the bottom corner. It's hard not to feel a little bit disappointed with that. To be honest, on the balance of play, we've not really been good enough. Whilst our XG is very, very good, there was just that one Hannibal chance, which has just massively inflated the XG to the point where it almost looks like it's an XG of 1. But with that, I am going to make some changes, I think, going into this half. I did not like the way they were kind of getting their attacking players forward. They're not playing without a centre attack in mid, I don't think. So with that in mind, I think I was going to move Kapani to centre mid. Kapani can't actually play centre mid. I guess the next most logical thing to do would be just to drop a man into midfield and then leave Siapina as more of an advance forward. In general, we've created opportunities and we are away from home, so it probably makes us underdogs. So I don't want to kind of panic too hard. At the same time, I feel like we're losing the battle in the midfield here. They're not playing with a centre attack in mid, so I don't feel like Kapanu is as important necessarily, but I think just kind of matching their runners, making sure our wing-backs are back at all times is probably a smart move, as they very nearly score within the first 20 seconds of the half. Yeah, not exactly what I want to see here. Pulisic, by the way, is having a crazy, crazy game out wide on the left-hand side. And, well, for all the changes we've done, nothing's really happened in this half, which would be fine if we were leading, but we need a goal, we need an opportunity, we need a chance. And at the moment, it's Real Madrid who have had the few chances thus far in this half. They're looking to get it forward here. Estevez, of course, sat back now, wins the ball, gives it through to Siapina. What a ball that was. Can Siapina finish it? Of course he can. Pedro Porro with the assist. And what a finish that was by Siapina, might I add. He makes it 3-3. We don't really deserve to be at 3-3, I guess, if you were to look at the stats. But we've shown up pretty well. We've shown what we're all about. Siapina, what a touchdown. Takes it in his stride. And then that finish. You don't see players finish it like that very often in Football Manager. That was really, really nice. I've noticed the fact that they're playing De Jong as a Mazzala. And I'm thinking that maybe we can get in behind him a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bring in Avramides, but I'm not going to play him as an inside forward. I'm going to play him as an inverted winger. I want him to just ghost inside slightly. Elsewhere, the entirety of our midfield is pretty exhausted at this point. I'm just wondering if I want to bring in Baraktar as well. I think I'm going to do something controversial. I'm going to move Siapina to winger out on the right. And then I'm going to play Gökdeniz down the middle. Now, I wouldn't normally do that, but I actually think it might work. I think it's crazy enough that it might just work. So we'll do it. We can always reevaluate and shuffle the players around. I guess the more obvious change would have been to leave Siapina up front and then to have Baraktar play on the right-hand side, cutting in on his left foot. But we've made a few little tweaks, and I'm going to commit to them. It's an entertaining game at the very least, which is all you can really ask for a cup final. I'd find it more entertaining on a personal level if we were to win, although with Kapanu giving the ball away like that, I'm not sure this is entertaining. Ramadani, good little save. His footwork was a little unconvincing in the one-on-one, but he's dealt with it. We're not going to question it. Straight into another highlight, though. Why you like this Football Manager? I just wanted a nice, calm, relaxing game. A 1-0. That was all I was really asking for. Instead, we've got this end-to-end madness. As Real Madrid bring forward the ball yet again here. Mepham inside to Jougon. Pulisic with it. Back to Valverde. They're knocking the ball around with a lot of confidence here. Ortiz on the overlap. Back to De Jong. Don't let him get the ball into the box. We have let him get the ball into the box. Not once, but maybe twice here. Kulusevski squares it. Tonali picks it up and he's going to launch it wide. I mean, there is no one there, Sandro. What are you doing? Hannibal, though, wins it. Siapina now in the wide area. Hannibal, big ball forward. Gökdeniz, one-on-one. Can he do it? He's hit the crossbar, but he gets the rebound. Oh, my word. What a weird turn of events. And you know what? The move to play Gökdeniz up front, it might just pay off. Siapina, back to Hannibal. Ball from deep. That was a superb pass. Gökdeniz fresh off the bench. First effort, very unfortunate not to find the back of the net. But the finish of the rebound is very, very nice. And we're getting very fortunate. I'm going to level with you. It has been quite fortuitous so far. But we've done what we need to. Now we just need to just defend a little bit. I'm kind of happy to... you know what? I'm going to go to cautious. I want to try and invite them forward. I mean, if we could get a second, that would help me relax. Siapina heads it to Tonali. I don't actually know what the rules are for this final about extra time and penalties. I didn't really consider that as a possibility. Osimhen misses it, hits it wide. You know that we should... Let's check the rules. Okay, so if you're wondering, it's extra time then penalties. Of course, it's only a single-legged final. Oh gosh, not like this, Football Manager. Corner whipped in. Petrozuelo heads it away to Avramides, who should be fresh off the bench here. Avramides, you are a speed demon. Look at him go. Can he go all the way? He can't. His shot hits the side netting. He probably should have hit it across goal or looked to square it. And now we have another corner to deal with here. We've already conceded from 2 set pieces. Let's not make it a third in this game. Kulusevski, edge of the box, played inside. It's blocked away. Kapanu kind of gets it half clear. To Chris Mepham in the wide area. I mean, Real Madrid are throwing men forward here. And I suppose they have to at a point, but we're clinging on for now. We have a corner. Tonali whips it in. Headed away. Could they exploit the counter? Not with Kapanu there, they can't. Although he needs to now not give the ball away. Gvardiol, Kapanu, Avramides, Gökdeniz. What build-up play this is. Oh, that would have secured it. And I mean, with 3 minutes left, it should be done, but it's never that simple. I just hope we're not going to look back on that miss and regret it. Gökdeniz, since he's come on, has looked really, really lively. Also, respect Tonali for the time wasting. Gvardiol, header just across goal. I mean, in terms of XG, we're in the lead and we've won it all. I mean, the game has just fizzled out there surprisingly quickly. We've won the Copa del Rey. We've won it 4-3. I mean, everyone's staying to admire us at the Bernabeu, which I kind of respect. The Real Madrid fans, you know, they're big Racing fans, really, at heart. But yeah, 4-3. That's kind of mad. That is kind of mad to think about. Did we deserve that? I think we did. We didn't have as many shots as them, but we really had the quality of chances. We were very, very clinical. Maybe could have even scored 1 or 2 more later on. The changes that we did actually worked really nicely in that second half. I think there's no better feeling in Football Manager than feeling like you made a meaningful difference with your changes. And yeah, you know what? On the balance of play, we had the better XG for what it's worth. I think as a team, we did pretty well. Obviously, we conceded 2 set pieces, which is a tad disappointing. But we came back from behind. We won it. The first piece of the treble is done, folks. Now there's just the small matter of a Champions League to settle. I mean, it's not a small matter at all, is it? When is it that we play them? I think it's very soon. Right, Chelsea, 2 weeks away, a week and a half away. It's a week and a half away. I'm going to go and mentally prepare. I'm going to go rest the players, maybe panic slightly. We've got a big game. It's against Chelsea. This was meant to be the starter. This feels like a main course in itself, this first match. I'm not sure how the next game is even going to be able to compare. I feel like after that first game, my expectations for what could possibly happen against Chelsea have been set rather high. We've got the first leg to kick things off today. We will then have the second leg, of course. In midweek, we did play a game, and, I rotated the team for it. It was against Levante. We won 2-0. Luzzy with 2 goals, which is really good to see. Luzzy's had a lot of issues with injuries this year. He's not really been able to have a good, consistent goal-scoring run. It was nice to see him get a couple here, and obviously what that's meant is that going into today's game, we're fully rested, but perhaps more importantly than anything I've just said, at the same time, Real Madrid managed to beat Barcelona at home. So, yeah, Barcelona couldn't replicate our success. As a result, we are now 5 points clear at the top of the table. Yeah, 4 games left. It looks slightly more likely than it did before. Our end of the season is not terribly difficult, I want to say. We've got Villarreal midweek between the 2 Chelsea games. Then we've got Valladolid in 17th, Huesca in 9th, and Valencia in 3rd. That is maybe a slightly scary game to end the season with. Of course, the way the league table looks now, we'd have to drop multiple points in order to not win the league. And if we look at, Barcelona's remaining games, they've not got the distraction of the Champions League or anything else. And their games, they've got Betis in 4th, next Getafe in 7th, Granada and Levante. Their games are probably easier than ours. I'm still feeling quietly confident, I think. I've not convinced you there, I feel like. Anyway, that's not what we're here for today. If we need to do an end-of-season live-com episode, that will be tomorrow's thing. Today, it's about taking down Chelsea. So just as a quick little refresher of this Chelsea squad, Daniel Farke is their manager. Yeah, make of that what you will. They're actually currently 7th in the Premier League. They've had a horrific domestic campaign, but obviously in Europe, they're still going very, very strong. If we just look at their manager history, you can see Farke only joined the club 2 years ago? He's been there a little while, I suppose. I'm kind of surprised that Daniel Farke, Norwich manager of all men, has ended up being Chelsea boss, especially with them in 7th. Looking at their squad, it is a very, very talented side. They've got players like Jeffrey Owusu, who are 19 years old. I'm going to state the obvious. He's rather good. So we might have to be wary of him. Elsewhere in the team, you've got players like Demiral, Franco Dubois. Is he a regen? He must be, right? He is a regen. He's a Belgium international goalkeeper. He looks very good, to be fair. Mariba in at centre mid. Mount, Alexander Isaac as well. I mean, it's a pretty typical Chelsea team with some very, very good players. Perhaps they've overperformed slightly to make it this far in the competition, but we've got to try and beat them. I mean, that is the challenge for us, right? I can sit here and say, they're not that good. We should beat them. The reality of the matter is we've got to turn up and perform. And in terms of the team, I'm going with the exact same team that played in that kind of Real Madrid game to kick things off. I feel like it is our best 11. It's a squad that know each other. They understand each other. It's a squad that were able to beat Tottenham rather handsomely in the previous Champions League round. I am hoping that as we go into this game here, in this away leg, we can pick up an away goal, hopefully go away with at least a draw, although if we are 1 goal down and have an away goal, I wouldn't be as worried. But no, a chance here to try and build a platform. Hopefully Pedro Porro is going to show up, because so far in this Champions League run, he's been pretty integral to the way in which we've got away and got results. 20 minutes into this game, finally we have a highlight. It's going to be Chilwell throwing it inside. Early stages of this game, we've not had many chances at all. Chelsea have had perhaps slightly the better of the play on balance, and they're going to have plenty of space here for Reece James to whip in the ball. He can provide a ball of quality as well. We need to be wary here. Isic, back to James, hits it inside, and Mason Mount scores. That's, it's not the best start after 20 minutes. I want to know who Isic is out on the right-hand side. He could only be a regen, right? I've not heard of him. I feel like at this point in Football Manager, I've stumbled across all the players who are quite good in FM. Ball was put in. Maybe a question mark of offside on Alexander Isaac, but it's not going to be given. I want to know, who is Isic? He's a Bosnian and Herzegovinian international. He's quite good. He's either-footed and he loves big matches. And, of course, this is a big game, although he's unhappy at the moment. Maybe I should offer him a job. 15 minutes left of this half. We have got into this game a little bit more. It's been an incredibly close half, in all honesty. We are probably going to need to take the chances that come our way here. There may not be that many of them, and one might fall the way of Perez, the left-back. I didn't know he had that in his locker, and in front of the away fans, in front of the Racing faithful, he smashed it into the bottom corner. I mean, we love that. Thomas Estevez, Capanu, Tonali, Conceição, Perez is left on the overlap with plenty of space. He hits it towards the near post. maybe a bit of a question mark over the goalkeeping there, but we're not going to complain. And we're going straight into another highlight. This game is hotting up, but we have got that away goal that I said would be critical. Now, if we want to shut up shop until half-time, that would be nice. We might not get given that opportunity, though, because through very fortuitous circumstances, Hudson-Odoi has latched on the end of that. He's a rather pacey individual to get on the end of it there. And, yeah, he's ended up finding the back of the net. Mason Mount to Mariba. Gvardiol put in a great tackle, and Ramadani just couldn't get out quick enough in time. And in the end, Hudson-Odoi finds the back of the net to make it 2-1. But let's not panic just yet. We might have only been back in the game for 30 seconds, but we could get back in it immediately ourselves. Thomas Estevez looking for Tonali at the edge of the box. He wins his header. Siapina, that was a crunching tackle from behind. The referee says nothing doing, and now Chelsea bringing the ball forward through Isic, who may go all on his lonesome here. Ramadani, oh my word. That was destined for the top corner. That was a really, really big stop by the goalkeeper. We do now have a corner to deal with, and after the Real Madrid game, our defending of set pieces is probably slightly questionable, although we've now got the ball. Maybe Conceição's going to launch a counter-attack of his own. Or maybe Mariba is just going to tackle him. It's going to be the latter. Okay, so at the break in this game, it is 2-1 to Chelsea. It's been a very, very close game, though. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. I think this is a game we can still turn around. A little bit concerned by Estevez's performance. I feel like Siapina's not had a particularly good game either. But you know what? I am going to make some changes. And I'm going to do something that might be a little unorthodox, I think. I am going to switch things back a little bit to what we used to play. In terms of having the wide players be on attack and Hannibal in the middle be on support and Siapina advance forward. And the reason I'm going to do that is their wing-backs are getting very high up the pitch, and there's been a couple of times where we've nearly caught them out on the counter. My hope is that if we just drop a little deeper when we don't have the ball, we can still press, but we're just going to invite their wing-backs slightly higher up the pitch. We can use, you know, more direct balls over into the wide areas to maybe catch them out in this second half, try and catch them on the break. You would imagine Chelsea are going to want to go for this a little bit in the second half. I say all of that. 20 minutes into this half, we're having the better of the play in this half. They've not done anything. So with that in mind, I am going to turn the pressure up just a little bit. Siapina's been pretty disappointing. I'm going to bring in Gökdeniz for him. I'm going to bring in Avramidis out on the right. And you know what? Hannibal's going to come off a Calderon down the middle. I'm going to go with the ballsy triple sub. And, well, hopefully we can get something out of this game. I don't want this game to fizzle into nothing. We've been so much better in this half. They've not had any kind of opportunity. I'm going to go to attacking as well. I really, really want us to get this second away goal. I feel like it could prove critical. We might leave ourselves exposed at the back, and whilst I back us at home, I feel like we have to try and capitalise on the fact that in this game right here and now, we are the better team. Koopmeyers loses the ball to Tonali, who's going to bring the ball forward here. He's got Gökdeniz on one side, Avramidis through the middle, who brings it forward and has to finish that. Alessio. Where were you the moment I needed you the most? I mean, he was in the right place. He just wasn't there to finish it, and they're going to clear it away. We may live to regret, you know, not being able to capitalise on that kind of opportunity. Gambino is now bringing the ball forward for them. Great tackle. But, oh, my word, Alessio, it was an opportunity. It was a really, really good chance. And now they've got a dangerous corner for us to deal with. Mason Mount, the man who's going to take it. And, well, we're not going to see anything. And suddenly, this game is over. I mean, their goalkeeper's got a 7.0. I think that tells you a lot. They did not have a shot in the entirety of that second half. I fear that we've just missed a really, really big chance. I mean, 2-1 isn't the end of the world. As I said going into this game, we got an away goal. It's only a singular goal margin. Based on that, I back us at home to turn up and, you know, turn around that deficit. If there's any silver lining, Mariba's out for 4 weeks, so he won't be available for the second leg, and he is pretty critical to the way that we play. We have got this Villarreal game in midweek, but I don't want to show you that. We're going to come back in a week's time. We're playing at home against Chelsea. 2-1 after the first leg. Still a lot to be done here. Okay, everyone, we are back. Second leg against Chelsea coming in hot. But since you were last here, one game played against Villarreal. We won 3-0. It was the least convincing 3-0 I think I've ever seen. Conceição got a hat-trick on off the bench. Yeah, it was that kind of game where he needed to come in and do some heroics. I think he's earned his place in the team going into today's game against Chelsea. He was huge. Unfortunately, Hannibal didn't have the greatest game off the bench, which was a little bit of a shame. I feel like when I brought the two on, one of those players I expected to be the difference maker, it may not have been Conceição, but hopefully Hannibal today can be a little bit of a difference maker. Home against Chelsea here. This is a game that we should be winning. A little bit of team news note, though, going into this match. If we just go to this screen here, Pedrozuolo is out for 2 weeks. Yeah, bit of a shame that he's out. Pulled his hamstring in training. As a result, he's not available. So there's only one man to call into the action. It is Esteban Ruiz de Galarreta, the Jelly Man himself, who, to be fair, has played 19 games in the league. The way in which we've been rotating the side, the B team has actually played more games in the league than the A team, which is a little bit of a weird way of looking at things. But he's played very, very well this year. Hopefully, he can do the business for us. The good news is the rest of our team is unchanged for today's game, and we have got some options on the bench. But anyway, let's get into this. We are the home side, and after that second half at Stamford Bridge, I am going into this game feeling pretty expectant, dare I say. I feel like this is a game where if we play as well as we did in the first leg, we can turn around this deficit. 2-1 down, of course, after the first leg. We got a crucial away goal. The players are really, really well rested for this game, which, of course, is a massive, massive factor. Interesting to see how Chelsea are getting on. They've still got a lot to fight for in the league, so it wouldn't surprise me if they've got some slightly tired legs. We will find out within the first 10 or so minutes of this game exactly how their players are looking. Well, at least to start things, they're looking slightly fresh. Statistically, don't want to say anything too soon. 20 minutes in, we are dominant here. Conceição got a hat-trick earlier. He's now got an assist for the collection. Near post to Gvardiol. Name a more iconic duo. Gvardiol and Conceição. Those corners have been potent for us. And we take the lead on the night. 2-2 on aggregate. But as things stand, we're going through on away goals. And the fans have been sent into absolute raptures behind that goal. That said, we're not the only corner specialists out here, and while they very nearly scored Chelsea, they have just hit the crossbar, and that's a warning. That is a reminder that this game is not done yet. Conceição, corners galore at the moment. We're not going to score from this one, but we do still have possession. Conceição cutting inside. He was so instrumental midweek. Wonder if he could have a similarly impactful performance today. He's done that on his weaker foot. I signed him on a free from Real Madrid. I made him the joint highest earner at the club. I wasn't sure if it was worth it. What has he just done? He's dribbled across the length of the 18-yard box, giving it to Estevez, who gives it back to him, and then from just an impossible angle, he smashes it into the top corner to make it 2-0. Some people accuse him of being a corner merchant. He's not a corner merchant. He's just done that. Okay, at half-time, it's 2-0. Nothing really beyond what you saw happened in that first half. There were no other highlights after Conceição scored. It's been a really dominant display, though. We're in a really good position. Of course, Juve and PSG, the teams playing in the other semi-final, we're not going to look over at it too much thinking, I wonder who we might play in the final yet, because there's a lot to be done here. But we probably should take a little look as Hannibal tries to go all on his lonesome. Should have squared it, didn't square it. Am I playing FM20? Am I playing it? That's what I want to know. That was very FM20-esque, wasn't it? Okay, so in the other game, it's 1-1. I think after the first leg, it was 1-1 as well. In fact, we can mouse over here. 2-2. I could just drag it to get the aggregate scores, I realise. Do we want to show the aggregate? We don't want to show the aggregate. Never mind. It's 2-2. Now PSG are going through. Conceição. What is he doing? Why is he trying? He should not be trying that. He's just shot from 30 yards out, and suddenly, I've just realised there's 15 minutes left. Capano on a booking scares me. Toussaint, come on down. Elsewhere, we've got some tired legs in midfield. I'm going to take off Hannibal. And you know what? I'm going to move Siapina into shadow striker and bring in Avramides up front. I know he missed that critical chance for us at the end of the first leg, but I'm forgiving him. I'm giving Avramides more opportunities, because he just should play well, but he just doesn't. And Hudson-Odoi has just headed over I was about to pause and consider going time wasting and another highlight's begun. I guess we're going to watch it. It's the man of the moment. Again, it's Conceição whipping it in. It is cleared away to Siapina. Back to Conceição. Whipped in. Avramides. It's 3-0. Surely that is the game. Chelsea will need 2 now to knock us out. Can we discuss that goal? The passing there was absolutely unreal. This pass by Siapina, first time. Then Conceição on the volley. It's like a goal in a movie. You know, like any footballing movie has that climactic goal at the end that's really sexy. That was exactly that. And you know what? Now we can time waste a little bit. 7 minutes left of this game. We have dominated this second leg like I knew we were capable of after that first leg. And, Galarreta did quite well. Didn't miss our other man. Conceição, by the way, 2 assists and a goal. Petrozuolo probably will be back for the final over Galarreta. But, I mean, what a sensational performance. A clean sheet. PSG will be our opposition in the Champions League final. Oh, there's a second year in a row where we've got to a Champions League final. I mean, I feel like we're building a dynasty here. And the treble is on again, I've just realised. I mean, is history going to repeat itself? With 3 games left of the season, in the league at least, I'm slightly terrified. It's going far too well. We've been here before. I'm getting, like, flashbacks. Okay, wow. Champions League final does await us. It's worth noting that, of course, we've got these 3 games left in the league. It should be wrapped up. If it isn't wrapped up, if we were to slip up once, our last game of the season is against Valencia. If the game boils down to that, we may come back for that as a part of a double header next time out alongside a Champions League final. But wow, what an incredible display this episode has been. That first game against Real Madrid, we rode our luck. But against Chelsea, we were the dominant force. Now we just have the small matter of demolishing PSG, who are still managed by Pochettino in the final. I mean, how hard can it be? They've got Mbappe. They've got Dominic. Can't say his last name, so we'll just call him Dominic. Havertz. Pericard. Is Pericard injured for a while? 8 days. He's probably going to be back. Camavinga. I mean, it's quite a good PSG team, isn't it? I'm not looking forward to it. But anyway, gang, that is going to wrap up everything from us today. Tomorrow, it's a big one. It's going to be a Champions League final. It's going to be potentially the end of the league season. Just as a reminder, on the international front, we've got the Nations League finals coming up very, very soon. Additionally, I think it's the Club World Cup this summer. Do we know yet? Club World... Is it the... I feel like it is the Club World Cup. Yeah. Yes, there's not going to be much of a rest this summer. It's just going to be a relentless experience, what remains of this Racing save game, which is kind of mad. I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to tomorrow's episode. I want to make amends. I want to come back. I need your support. I'll see you guys then. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll see you all next time. I'm out.